Hi, and welcome back. Today we have our awesome Tracy Repchuk. Tracy and I have been connected for a long time already, and we have an interview on my own podcast of her sharing her story and all the obstacles and things that got her to whatever she is right now, which is amazing. She's a best-selling author, international speaker, 23 times in Forbes, White House Award, and 35 years of online strategist and online marketing experience. Welcome, Tracy.
It's great to be here, Viktoriia. I always love what you're doing.
Thank you. And today we are going to do a little bit different format because I wanted to just give you as much value as I can with Tracy. For Tracy to give you as much value as she can. She is just a wealth of knowledge, and we will share a presentation and she will walk you through it. So just really grab a pen, grab a paper, and take notes. Take notes. It's a full, rich knowledge presentation on how you can create online course that guaranteed to sell. And take it away, Tracy.
Awesome. Thank you, Viktoriia. Like she said, grab a pen and paper. This is going to be rapid action. I'm actually going to remove me from your screen here just to keep your attention where it needs to be. And that is on how to create an online program guaranteed to sell. I'm really excited about this because I'm giving you my 6-figure results focused product blueprint. And really never before has there been a more important time to create a plan B. This means you have a way to determine your own income destiny from anywhere. So I want you to write down jointracy.com because I'm really taking a 60-minute presentation. I'm giving you the 20 minutes, the best of type of thing, but I want you to relax knowing that you're going to get more details in a full mini course where you can study the full formula for free afterwards. Now, I think you would agree that the way we used to do business is at a crossroads, and the way we used to do business has changed forever. It is in this moment now that will define how you emerge from this and what happens to your legacy, your intellectual property, your gifts, and how you get them to the world and create an anytime income from them. And I have really good news because the only thing standing between you and your goal is having the right system to help get you there. And the system I'm about to share is the backbone of that particular consistent cash. Alrighty, so here we go. Alrighty, so why should you care about this system? It's because it doesn't matter where you're from, what you do, what you did. If you follow the system, anyone can do this. I was a mom of 3 kids working from home when I started this. And again, it was because of this system that I've spoken in over 39 countries. I'm an Amazon influencer, a LinkedIn advisor. As Viktoriia said, a 9-time #1 international best-selling author. I've featured in every television network type of thing. First woman to win New Internet Marketing Success of the Year. I've been on the internet since 1992. I have awards from the Senate, the Assembly, the White House, President Obama, and there isn't much I haven't failed at, survived, tested, triumphed with, or experienced. But when I discovered you could take your knowledge, put it into a formula, and have it build a step-by-step 6-figure and beyond income, that's when it became very clear that you need to create an online course. Because online courses are expected to grow past 241 billion in 2022. Student debt load has increased by 77 billion, bringing the United States to a whopping 1.6 trillion. This cannot continue. LinkedIn bought lynda.com, which was a training platform for 1.5 billion in 2015. They saw the writing on the wall. People like to learn on demand at their own pace, and it produces recurring predictable income on demand. So let's take a few minutes right now to highlight the key success factors to making this a reality. The first step is you need to know your target market. Gone are the days where you can be broad and generic with the internet. Your web copy, articles, keywords, pain points, colors, everything has to speak to them. We need to connect, communicate, cause them to buy, and consume what we deliver. And we need to do this by understanding that people buy the transformation, and where you take them is where they want to go. They don't care about the how, the why, and the what. They care about the destination and the results, and that's what they pay for. So once you have this, the next step is to create an irresistible offer. This is the linchpin to the speed of sales. And you will present this in a simple and clear one sheet that they can see what they're getting, for how much. And here are just a few examples of members' offers that I've worked with. Now you're going to see that your offer is broken into 3 key sections. The first is the core modules that you're going to deliver on the topic. The next is called the over-the-top bonuses. And then the third section is the fast action bonuses. All right. So if we take a look at my offer as an example, it has the 6 main steps or core modules, and that is target market, irresistible offer, market your course, deliver your course, the $100,000 focus formula, and streamlining sales. So you will come up with your 6 major topics. Then the next section is all about the bonuses that are offered. This is going to be the piece that makes a buyer pull out their wallet or get out of their chair and go to the back of the room. It is the creation of this section and the presentation of it that makes or breaks the success of the close. This should be 10 times the value of your main offer, and that there is something in here so irresistible, people would have paid just for that. Now, this combination gets them excited and builds the desire to where they say, I want that. But you're not done. This last section is the kicker. It will cause any stragglers to get up and take action. If they have not purchased by this time, you want to create urgency and scarcity. And this is where you add fast action bonuses. Now, examples include a 1-day live training. And in the formula, you're going to need this anyway. That's actually from phase 3, and I'll show you that in a minute. You can include limits such as the first 10 buyers, or time limits, or offers that include limited bonuses for a certain number if they pay in full. I often give a one-on-one strategy session for people that pay in full, and the cost of that is $1,000 for a $1,000 product if they do it in the next 15 minutes. This is an example of someone buying something for the bonus alone. Now, when you do this, the results can be instant. Now, normally I would play this video. You can actually see it on my website. In essence, she'd never made an offer. She hit the stage, if you want to call it, and within 16 minutes from a piece of paper, she made $28,973. In the additional 2 weeks following, she actually added another $20,000 to that.
Hi there, I'm Chelsea.
Now, step 3 is to market your course. This is really the key to the success. You want to remove the big picture of what you have been used to with social media. This is not about blasting notices to your social media that will mostly get ignored. We're not going to broadcast our message and hope someone reads and responds to it. You're going to use the spotlight versus the spray and pray approach. You're going to take your offer, you're going to find a prospect, you're going to connect with them, you're going to educate, and you're going to close them. And the reason we can do it this way is we only need 10 people out of 7 billion that will help you to put together your program, okay? And I'm going to get into that in a minute. Now, there are 2 main approaches. The first is the direct ask of a sale to possible prospects. You would do this only if you have a very familiar relationship with them and know they are in the market for this type of solution. The second is the best and most popular approach. That is called the feedback review. So you will begin to directly ask what was called low-hanging fruit, all right? This is where you're going to go to your personal contacts, your phone. You're going to send out personal emails from your laptop. You will go to your current social media communities, followers, and groups, and do direct messaging, all right? This is also the level where once you connect on a call, you're going to present the offer and ask for the sale. This is old schooling. It's only 10 people, automation and technology is not required. Now, there's another 7 ways, including the direct message dance, but I'm going to focus on the 2 fastest producing for the sake of time. In Facebook, you would go to your direct message chat bar along the side. You will go down the list and start putting a feedback request message like this if you know them, and make sure you personalize it, okay? Because people love to give their opinion. So that's what you're going to be asked. Hey, I'm doing a new offer. I'd love to get your opinion and see what you think, all right? You can then repeat this same process in LinkedIn, especially if you deal with businesses. This is, of course, a really great platform. I've had clients fill their 10 in as fast as an hour, but the average is 7 to 14 days. Now, the best way, of course, is if you have been building a list, is to do a blast and invite to a webinar. Very early days, I signed up 14 people the first time I did this. I've had clients sign up 7 people the first time they did it, all right? And then, yay, you have your first buyer. Once you get that one, it gives you the confidence to know your program is needed and wanted, and the rest close faster. It happens every time. Now, this leads us to the heart and success of the formula, which is the $100,000 results focused blueprint. How does this look? It all starts with unfolding your knowledge over 12 weeks. All right. So that's 6 core modules and 6 Q&A classes. So in the case of my program, there's target market, create the irresistible offer, market your course, deliver your course, the focus formula, which is what I'm touching on right now, and streamlining your sales. 1 week, you will train them on the content. And then the next week, you're going to do a Q&A class. Then you're going to deliver the content and do a Q&A the following until 12 weeks is completed. This is the duration that gives enough time to build the know, like, and trust factor you need, so they're going to want to continue to work with you. And here's again the best news. I've touched on this. Is why can we do this, what I'll call old school? Because the entire goal for phase 1 is to sell only 10 people at $297, giving you a starter income of $2,970. This means it's possible for anyone to do it and then gain the momentum of the rest of the formula. You don't need fancy launches or big lists. We are starting this simple, old school with very little technology. Now, you're probably thinking, but I'm worth way more than that for 12 weeks. And the answer is you absolutely are. But I want you to get paid to create the content, and I want it to be fast and easy because the money is in the repeating of it. And if you already have a program or a course, what I want you to do is start to backtrack and move it through the formula. You already have your content. Once you sold, you can then carry it through. Alrighty, so I believe that everybody listening to this can find 10 people that need what you know. Now, here's how it then unfolds. So during your 12 weeks, you have created a relationship of know and trust with your members. Phase 1 was the 10 people, $297. Now we got around $3,000, right? Phase 2 occurs naturally when at about 8 weeks, you start to give them a hint. They are going to start to panic. All right. Oh, they won't be with you anymore. What's going to happen to them? So you're going to drop a hint that something else is coming up soon that will help them continue to get the guidance that they want. At week 10, you're going to announce what that is, and it will naturally lead to phase 2, which is going to be whatever you are willing to do for around $2,000. It can be a 1-year meet, a month's type of thing. And because of the know and trust that they've had with you, about 8 people will buy from that, because you're also going to tell them if they buy it before the end of this program, you're going to give them a $500 savings discount, making it $1,497. And now in their mind, the program that they just did with you was free. And then they also feel like they're about to get this full year with you. So that's around $12,000 from those current members. All right. So we might not be starting off with huge cash, or for some of you, this might be game-changing cash. I can tell you though, if you follow, this is what it can produce. And then at this point, you have 3 outcomes. You have been paid to create your content. That is key. You never want to build, put together everything and launch it, okay? Because you could be launching to crickets, to nobody, and have invested all of that time. In this situation, you have proved to yourself and to others that it is needed and wanted. You have the recordings, which is actually the money-making asset now. And 3, you have offered an irresistible upsell, which helps to automatically build your marketing funnel. Here's where the magic kicks in. You did your initial offer. This led to the upsell of a coaching program and created a do-it-yourself version that you can now sell and strip apart into pieces if you want. And you can add an upper level one-on-one coaching program. And then what you're going to do is repeat that 12-week course again. It happens every 12 weeks, only this time you're going to raise your price. So why do people doing online courses already either not make good money or have a program that nobody seems to want? Okay, so the answer is because most people arbitrarily make a course on a topic they're interested in. They do a coaching program, they create a product, and they don't feed to each other or connect. This is why it fails or is a lot of work. But when you follow this formula, it creates an integrated approach for you. Sorry, I'll go to the next slide. It creates an integrated approach for you where you can really take advantage of the up and down of all that core content that you just had and working all its way for you. It automatically builds your funnel. Now, this is where the afterburners kick in and you can push your profits through the roof and you can change your life without ever leaving your home if that was the case. This is where I'm really going to rapidly go through, because of time limitations, the 5 different phases that can help you to reach $100,000. Now, remember, you sold the original, the 10 at $297, and you've done a upsell offer to those. Around 8 people bought. And so now you're sitting at around $14,000, $14,946 from the first 2 phases. But there are 5 to this formula in the money making. Now, if you're willing to hold a live or virtual event or even coach people, it gets even better, because this is where income surges can happen along with your recurring income. Now, normally I go through every step of this. I show you all of it. This is why I'm giving you that course, so you can actually stop and take a look at all of the details. Now, remember, this is repeating. This will happen 4 times a year. Phase 1 happened once. That was your launch. Phase 2 is going to repeat 4 times. I'm even assuming you're only going to sell 8 people from 10. All right. These numbers will actually go up. I'm giving you the lowest number I can come up with. And so after the course of doing 4 of these, you're at 47,900, around almost 50 grand in the bank. Now, adding a live or virtual event, and this is the easiest place to sell. It is assuming in 4 events, you made around $19,000 per event, which is extremely low, but I wanted to keep these numbers real for you, okay? So what you did here was you sold the group coaching, which is that mastermind concept. You sold the 12 weeks with you again at the higher price. And anybody who doesn't want group coaching, you're going to say, hey, for anyone who doesn't want group coaching, please set a time with me and we'll have a discussion over doing some one-on-one. For that one-on-one coaching, I want you to sell that at $10,000. That's only $2,500 per quarter, very reasonable for time with you. So it assumes during the course of a full year, you've sold 2 people at the $10,000. That's around an extra $76,000. Then phase 4 and 5 is simply reselling the do-it-yourself version you recorded already and repeating the done with you version 4 more times. That's around another $65,000, again with low numbers, because here I'm still only assuming 10 people are going to do that course with you. As you start to gain momentum, more and more people will start to join you. And then you sell the kind of that done for you pre-recorded version for around $297 a month. That assumes you sell around 10 of those a month. And when you follow the formula, you could be at around $192,000. Now, for those of you who say, I don't want to coach, I don't want to do an event, if I remove even that entire phase, that is still $116,394. And that is all just in 1 year. All of those numbers should go up. And this was just a very doable base built on the momentum and to help you explode your results. So again, who's excited about the possibilities? Say me in the chat. So that's the form. I've only wanted to take about 20 minutes. I'm opening up for questions, and I wanted to give you the framework. It took me years to perfect that formula and the steps that go with it. I have done this program with clients from around the world over and over until it produced for almost anyone. So again, here's where I'm going to suggest that you grab that free 5-part mini course that's going to walk you through this. Plus, I have a couple of other special things at the Join Tracy to make this really simple for you. And until then, man, stay connected and continue to, of course, connect with amazing people, Viktoriia. So I'm going to come back. And if anyone has any questions, or if Viktoriia has any questions, there we go.
All right, that was a really rapid fire. I loved it, loved it. And as we're recording that, I'm just sitting and writing, some notes. And the question that came up for me, as just remembering myself a couple of years ago, if I will see that presentation where I can confidently guess some people are there right now with the pandemic. They had to leave their job, they have to start something else, and they're not really sure. They're not coaches. What can you teach? Could you give me some examples?
And that's the beautiful thing. And that's why I love starting where I start, because once you've done 12 weeks with somebody, you start to gain the confidence that you can become a coach. That's where I can do growth coaching. I can do upper level one-on-one coaching. Everybody knows something. All right. It's simply the nature. Maybe you were working at an office and you're super at organizational elements. Great. Teach people how to be better organized in a home office. You really need to dig. As part of actually the full-blown course, it's not here, I have a training on how do you pull that out. I think it comes down to what magazines attract you. If you're constantly looking at interior design, but you're not an interior designer, really find what you're passionate about. And if you have to up-level some of your skills first, do that. It's so that you do feel confident about training. But no matter where you're coming from, whether you're a parent and you've been home alone with the kids for 20 years and the pandemic has hit, your husband's home, now you need to make money. Heck, I'm sure there's a few things you know about parenting that somebody else needs to know. There's a knowledge base in your head that is so expansive, you normally can't see that piece that people are constantly coming in asking you about, like, how do you cope with this? Or how do you do this? They're asking you something, start to take notice about what that is.
Yeah, oh, that's for sure. And I did exercise when I just was starting out. I actually sent the 10 of what would, you pay for me to give you advice for? What am I good at? Because we doesn't know what we're good at. For us, it's natural. And that's why you get to charge for it. You get to charge for it and make money with it. Another question I have came up, it's what to do when you starting out or you're already in the business, but you don't have all these bonuses. You were speaking about add those bonuses, but what you add there if you don't have bonuses yet? You haven't built it.
It's funny though, you have the bonuses naturally and people forget that. So a bonus example is you're going to give a private Facebook community. That's a bonus. You're about to give your time into a group and you're about to pour into people pretty well around the clock. Another bonus is the event and a ticket to that one-day virtual event. That's an immediate bonus. The other bonus I tell everyone to give in the beginning is during that 12 weeks is email support. That's worth thousands of dollars as a bonus, because now in between classes, they can email you. That's a huge bonus right there. Then let's say you have lesson plans, road maps, meditations. You've been working with all of these little tools that you're oblivious to. But in essence, when you collate them and put them on a PDF, or you put them into a recording or a video, that's a bonus. So they're actually extremely easy to get and find and create.
Well, awesome. Thank you. That was absolutely amazing. I love the presentation. So well done. Like always, Tracy, so much learning from you. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, join Tracy. We will have a button and you can absolutely go there and grab everything that you want from Tracy and learn even more. Thank you and goodbye. And if you love this episode and you would love to see more of that, click the subscribe button to Purposeful Woman Podcast. And don't forget to text us to stay in tune with the Purposeful community for awesome tricks and tricks by texting to number +1 401 399 4105. And we will link descriptions in the episode to all of that we mentioned today. Bye. Turn your one day to day one with a purposeful day.